Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. You see, as you may have heard in the news, a couple of days ago, 3 members of the military were attacked on a U.S. base in Jordan by a drone attack, and they perished, man. And several more were injured, man. I believe the last time I checked, it was like up to 25 people were injured, right? So now the Pentagon identifies Army reservists killed in drone attack on U.S. base in Jordan, right? And these aren't people these are Army reserves. So this is basically the people on the bench. If you consider the military or the Army, the Navy, Marine Corps, if you consider those like the starting team, the reservists are on the bench. So when something happens to the main members, or if they need to call up more troops before there's a draft, they call up the reservist. So these people, they join not anticipating to be part of the war. They're in the back of their mind, they're saying, America's military is so great, I probably will never have to be called up to be called to war, and that's not true. Eventually, Lord willing, everybody's going to get called up from the reserve, and everybody is going to get called, everybody that's able is going to be called into a draft, man, Lord willing, man. All right? Because Scripture talks about how many people gather together to subdue Yahushua, man. I'm going to read 2 Ezra 13. But first, looking at these 3 people, man, they all look SK, Of course, some of them could be EK, but they all look like Jake, man. Through the spirit, they are Jake. Because, that's how Esau, Edom, the military is so great. Because you got Jake in there fighting for them, man. All right? Even though Esau, Edom is blessed with the sword, right? But, they'd rather have Jake do the dirty work for them. They put Jake on the front lines. They probably put an Edomite in a sniper tower a mile away from the action, man. But Jake will be the niggas in the front line putting their lives on the line for Esau, Edom, and America, man. Like fools, man. Right? Because America has never done anything good for you Jakes, man. Not only you so-called black people, but you so-called Hispanics and you so-called Native Americans as well, too, man. When you look at the track history of America and you decide to look past that and still join that team to fight for them, to put your life on the line for them, man, you deserve to perish, man. All right? You deserve it. Because what is it? You take a bribe. That's what it is at the end of the day. You take that gift. I could get more money. I could get a charger. I'll pay less taxes. I could get benefits. I get respect when I walk around in public with this uniform on. So you take that gift, right? And it corrupted your judgment, man. Now your ass is in the spirit realm, right? Looking at the true Lord of hosts, man, the Lord of armies, man. All right? Wishing that you would have joined that team instead, man. Because that team is undefeated. Right? But this is judgment for these 3 Jakes, man. I'm going to go to the book real quick. Amos chapter 3 and verse 3. Can 2 walk together except they be agreed? Right. You're not going to join the military unless you believe in America. Unless you believe in the so-called white man. Unless you believe in Esau, Edom, man. Right? You will die for these niggas, man. You're wilding. And not only die for them in battle, a lot of military members, service members, they're guinea pigs, man. When they want to test out experimental medicine and things of that nature, they test it out a lot of times on the military members first, man. A lot of military members take really untested jabs and things of that nature. That's why a lot of them come out bugged the fuck out, man. All right? 'Cause, hey, they chose their side, man. Let me jump real quick. I'm trying to read through this, Lord willing. 2 Ezra 13 and verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. Right? And just the sight, because this man is talking about Yahushua, man. Returning with legions of chariots, man. With the thousands of heavens, man. Right? The Lord's coming back with an army. Right? Lord is a man of war, man. pursuant to Exodus 14, man. So the Lord's coming back with an army, man. And the first thing, his first orders of business, is destroying Babylon and destroying the armies of the world, man. All right? So, hey, there's going to come a time in the heat, of World War III, which has already started, right? Don't get it twisted. World War III has already started. But in the heat of World War III, we're going to see the return of Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Second, this chapter goes into that too, man. Verse 4, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. Right. This man's about to flex, man. The Lord's about to flex without flexing. Because Scripture talks about how he neither carried any weapon nor instrument of war, and still was murking people, man. And all he saw was basically he vaporized armies, man, without trying, man. From the thermal army, Slovakia, the concentrated laser beams from the chariots, man. All right. Imagine getting zapped with something, stronger than lightning, man. Right? Esau Edom won't be able to recreate the laser technology that the Lord has, man, that the chariots have, man. All right? After this, and after verse 5, and after this I beheld, and lo, there were gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven, from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue that man that came out of the sea, man. Right? Because all these nations are going to join together. It's like that one former president said, former President Nixon said, what if we basically, he said in a speech, I believe it was to the UN, I believe it was 1984. He said basically, what if we have to join together to fight a force, from basically another planet? That was basically what he's saying. He's basically saying, bet we'll come together then. And he's right. Because that's going to make everybody come together, right? To subdue that man, man. To subdue Yahweh Shai. This is why if you join the army, you're a fool, man. Because ultimately, if you're in the army, Navy, whatever, if you're in the military, best believe your ass is going to get called up to fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. And best believe your ass is going to lose, man. And you're going to lose. When you see Yahweh Shai, through the spirit, you already know you're going to lose. But you're still going to fight because the Lord's going to harden your hearts, man. Just like he did Pharaoh, man. We're in Egypt all over again, man. But this time when we leave Egypt, we're never going back, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. 2 Kings 13:6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. This talking about the fathership, man. A chariot so great in size, it looks like he's traveling in a mountain range. But Edges was like, yo, I would have seen a big ass crater, a big ass hole. I would have seen a place where a mountain was missing. It doesn't. He can't fathom really, a vehicle this size, man. It looked like a great mountain, man. And after verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Right. All these people, they're going to be terrified, man. Especially, when you look at a photo of these people, man, these don't look like warriors, man. Nothing about these people scream out soldier, warrior, nothing. Two women and a shaved-faced man. Nothing about this screams warrior, man. So, that's even more reason why, military members, because the military has been softened tremendously, right? Military members are going to be terrified when Yahweh Shai returns, because they're not prepared for this, man. These niggas not even prepared for the Medes, man. These niggas not even prepared for Moab. All right, Moab children training, fighting, taking apart guns and putting them together again, Jake children, on the other hand, doing TikTok dances and twerking, man. All right? It's a new generation, man. These new niggas is different, man. And this is why this is the final generation, too. Right? Because, Jake can't survive like this, man. Jake can't survive like this. The world can't sustain the way it's going, man. It's unsustainable. Wickedness is unsustainable, man. Eventually, the shit has to crash out, man. Verse 9, and lo, he saw the violence of the multitude that came. He neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, right? He saw the violence of them, man. He knew what time they were on, or he knew what they were trying to do. It wasn't a group of people gathered together to repent. No, man. It was a group of people gathered together to subdue Yahushua, man. Right? Verse 10, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So even Ezra saw this vision, and he was terrified. This is the power Yahushua is coming back in, man. The Lord said he's not coming back as a man. He shall not meet thee as a man. The Lord is coming back in his absolute glory, man. There's not gonna be no sign of weakness. No, like, oh, we could hit him here, just like in that movie Independence Day. There was like, if we fly a ship or shoot a missile through this beam through the ship, through the biggest UFO, we could destroy it, and that's what they did. Right? It ain't gonna be no breach in the armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You ain't getting past the thousands of the heavens, man. The Lord doesn't need an army of angels to destroy this place, man. He doesn't need an army of angels to subdue all of humanity, man. He doesn't need that, man. He's doing this to flex, man. He wants to show his might. He wants to show off, man. When you're that strong, sometimes you just want to show off, man. When you're the most powerful, sometimes you gotta put a reminder to people that when they forgot, and these people literally forgot the name, man. Romans 9:22. What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory. Right? This is because the elect were predestined to obtain salvation, man. Right? This is why it's talking about how he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy. And the vessels of mercy are Jake, man, or the elect of Jake. Because 2/3 of our people are not going to receive mercy. They're receiving mercy now. We're all under grace now. We're receiving mercy now. All right? But what people do with that is they abuse it, man. All right? So the Lord's going to have mercy upon whom he has mercy, but he's going to have mercy upon the elect, man. And the elect are going to be the ones, that try to repent before it's too late, man. But 2/3 of our people won't do it. 2/3 of our people, you'll see them joining the military, man, and getting their ass smoked, man. And this is the point. Verse 22 is the point I wanted to get to. The Lord wanted to make his power known, man. He wants to flex, man. The Lord is the ultimate Jake, as brothers be saying, man. He wants to flex, and just like the genre of music, hip hop. Hip hop is so big now because the majority of it is Jake talking braggadociously, man. And you don't get that in a lot of other genres of music. You don't get that really in any other genre of music. But it is Jake talking braggadociously, man. And this is why Jake gravitates to, man. So the Lord gravitates to not bragging, but more like, flexing, like, hey, don't play with him, man. Really, the Lord's nothing to play with. That's what it is. He wants to make his power known, man. And he's about to put on a show that's going to be talked about for eternity, man. All right? Pursuant to the book of Jeremiah. All right? The Lord is going to put on a show that's going to be talked about for eternity. All right? This is why these people joining the army, they're through, man. And really, they're signing their own death sentence, man. They got a death wish. John 15:12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends. Right. And this is how the Lord wants us to be, to be brotherly to other brothers, man. But 2/3 of our people joined the military, and they became friends with Esau, Edom. They became friends with the world, and they're willing to lay their life down for this man. And that's what's going to happen. 2/3 of our people are going to die for Esau, Edom, man. And that's what it is at the end of the day. They're going to die because they love the world so much. They love this wicked ass place, man. They love it, so they're gonna perish right along with it, man. All right, let me go one more. I'm gonna close out, Lord willing. It's the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right, so if you're willing to lay out your life down for this world, for Esau Edom, the so-called white man, for the military, man, if you're willing to do that, you're a friend of the world. So when you look at these three Jakes, understand that these people are friends of the world, right? And since they're friends of the world, they're enemies of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And this is why the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had to take them back to the spirit realm, man. All right, and this is just a small example. You're going to see many more. Or you might not see many more, because they might just keep it hush. Because when you're losing a war, you don't want to talk about the numbers of people that are dying. You don't want to make those numbers public, man. You don't want to make that public, man. So you're going to push out propaganda. That's what they did during the Vietnam War. They never really talked about how many servicemen were dying, right? It was made it seem like they were winning, right? But nonetheless, this is just a small taste, a small glimpse of death that the military is going to see, right? And not only American military, but all the militaries across the four corners of the earth, man, because World War III is coming. It's not Slovakia. World War III is here, right? But it hasn't hit its peak. But just because World War III is, intense, doesn't mean that's automatically in the end. Because, of course, we still got to see the Karagma, man, the MOTB, man, the RFID chip that will be mandated. And without it, you won't be able to buy or sell. So if you take that Revelation 13-16, you're actually going to be put to death too, man. All right, but I'm going to wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I want to say shalom and a ball.